Last time on my Crynicles, what's the sudden interest in me? Meeting boys.
I mean, it's not really sudden. New place, new people. You're alone down there.
Not alone. My family's here.
That's true. Well, still, it ain't nothing to catch a flight. You just say the word.
Can we practice you telling me what you're feeling from here on out, so I don't have to try to read your mind?
You first.
Okay. I just feel so blessed. Like God has really been favoring me with my career, my family, you. I've been working so hard to accomplish my dreams, and I can finally feel them coming together just around the corner.
You deserve it. Everything.
So this Samuel Smith, who's some thousands of miles away and on his way to the league, is the one you think you're talking to?
It's not something I think. It's something I know. If you would have asked me whom I was marrying between the years of 2009 and 2013, the answer would have been easy. My high school sweetheart, Philip, of course. And if you would have asked me the very same question between the months of October and December 2015, the answer would have been just as easy. Samuel. I had always been a hopeless romantic. I believed when people told me things because I meant everything I said. And I should have learned the first time that while it sounded good, it was only sweet nothings. But you know, some things really were meant to be, so why couldn't it have been us? Well, not like a bright red, but like a crimson.
Crimson and gold?
Is that going to be tacky? I guess those aren't really spring colors.
It's your day. If you want crimson and gold, that's what it's gonna be.
I mean, it's not just my day. It's our day.
I'm going to be standing next to the most beautiful woman on the planet. I won't care if anyone thinks our wedding colors are tacky. My focus is your happiness.
You know, sometimes I can't believe you're real.
Well, believe it.
That did bayo.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask, what do you want for Christmas?
You know what I want for Christmas.
That's not a present.
Plane tickets aren't cheap.
But me buying myself a ticket is not going to be your gift. Don't worry about the money. I got it. So ask for something else.
There's nothing I want more, though, than to see you, so I don't really know what else to ask for.
Do you wear jewelry?
Not really. I only wear something real on special occasions because I'd be afraid to lose it.
What about a watch?
Problem with watches is I have really small wrists, so everything looks kind of ridiculous.
Oh, I have this Michael's Kors watch that I bought Lily for her birthday, but she didn't like it. Do you want it?
Just come see me. If you really want to buy me something, once you get here, we'll just go to St. John's Town Center or something. So pretty down there.
Okay, so what all is there to do in Jacksonville?
Well, there's the beach, of course, Riverside, the landing. We definitely have to go downtown and walk across the drawbridge. The lights at night, the water, the boats, it's a whole thing. I haven't done it yet, though, because I'm afraid of heights. And bridges, actually.
In the dark?
I am not.
You don't have to lie to me, see, it's okay.
Whatever. Who wasn't after that freaking witch adaptation Tooth Fairy movie? You know, I used to watch scary movies for fun as a kid, but I had to take a year off after watching Darkness Falls.
I won't let anything get to you, I promise.
I know.
So where am I going to sleep?
Well, I told my parents about the waiting till marriage thing, but I don't really think they believe that, so it's a no for my bed.
Yeah, I figured that much.
There's a couch in the living room or the futon in my mom's office. It's kind of small though, so you might not fit. But we still have the air mattresses from the move.
I think I might stay in a hotel.
You don't want to stay with us? They're really nice air mattresses. We low-key didn't expect to see our furniture again from the scam artists, so they're like luxury.
It's not that. I just don't think we'd really get a chance to be alone. I miss you. I definitely want to meet your family and everything. You know, see your mom again. But I would feel weird having to sneak in your room after they fell asleep.
I mean, you wouldn't have to sneak. They would expect you to be with me. Just not sleep with me. Like, if one of them woke up in the middle of the night to get water or something, you better be on that couch, or at least they have to hear us talking.
I'm pretty sure everyone would be a lot more comfortable if I just slept at the hotel.
Fine.
How do you feel about that, by the way? Do you really think you can make it till marriage?
Hey, I'm not the one who is trying to stick my hand down your pants, okay?
Sorry about that. I was a little caught up in the moment. I didn't plan on taking it much further, though.
So how far is too far when it comes to that? What is the point of no return?
I don't think there's a point of no return. The line would be sex, of course, but it's going to be up to the both of us to hold each other accountable to make sure we don't cross it. As far as everything before the line, I can stop at any time. Just tell me. Do you have one?
No. Sex has always been kind of painful for me anyways, though I have no problem doing everything besides penetration. I was full of shit, of course. Just having this conversation made me want him 10 times more. At least. Now, all I could think about were 100 different situations where we'd be tiptoeing around that line and I was supposed to stop him. It was hard to refuse Samuel and we weren't even dating yet. Imagine he's my boyfriend. We're making out, clothes coming off, and he whispers in my ear he loves me. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way that responsibility is on me. I'm sorry, but if he tried to open my legs, they would spread like butter at room temperature.
Good. Not good that it hurt you. We'll have to work on that. Good that I can count on you to resist temptation. Because sex takes two.
Sometimes it just takes one.
You're helping to support the families of small business owners, which fills your heart and your stomach.
See, what was that?
What?
That. What just happened?
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I felt it. Can you look at me, please?
Strengthen partnerships between business owners, residents, neighbors, and even
Is there something you want to tell me?
this show is set to
Not
highlight those
really.
small businesses. So that
Are you ever gonna tell me?
When we're together?
Okay, when we're together.
Partnered with Challenger Road Media as well as several local businesses that are interested.
The man could read me like a book. I was sure that it'd be brushed off or he wouldn't even catch my drift, but Samuel was smart enough to know that I knew that he'd never do something like that to me, so I must have been talking about someone else. But I didn't think he'd figure out that I was talking about it in reference to myself. Most people just assume that when you say shit like that, you're talking about in general, like, yeah, of course it happens. And their responses are usually insensitive because they don't realize that you're talking about yourself. I never wanted Samuel to know. I had this idea that he had this idea about me that I was some innocent, happy-go-lucky type, and I wanted to protect that image he had of me, which was kind of how I felt about all my friends and family, which is why y'all never knew, because it was bad enough that Avery had changed my self-image. I didn't need him fucking up the way everybody saw me, especially Samuel. What's wrong?
I was almost in a fight tonight.
What happened?
These white kids, man, testing my patience, trying me.
It's important to note that during this time, there was a lot of racial tension at Mizzou. You probably heard a little bit about it if you follow college football because the team collectively threatened to stop playing unless the University of Missouri system's president stepped down, which he did. People obviously had mixed feelings about it. I thought it was pretty awesome, but I'm black, so obviously I understand. Black students don't feel safe on campus.
Sorry. I got some ideas that you gotta make a feel shorty. I can't talk to strangers. I can't talk to strangers.
Now, I wasn't there when all the shit was hitting the fan, so I don't have the complete details, but if I'm remembering correctly, it started because one night the members of the Black Homecoming Court were being called the N-word by some frat boys. Shit got worse from there. The school really wasn't doing anything about it. I was not in full support of my friends sleeping in the quad in those tents for that protest because I'm a natural worrier. My brain automatically goes to the worst case scenario. All I could do was watch their stories every day, praying that no crazy racists pulled up and opened fire on them. I'm sorry, but I'm just not the type of person who would die for a cause. And I didn't want any of them to either. People think Missouri isn't that bad because it wasn't a slave state, but people forget that Missouri really wasn't a free state either. The St. Louis Arch was the gateway to freedom, but At least people in the South are open about their racism. In Missouri, they will smile in your face and hard-R you as soon as you leave the room. I literally sat in class with these idiotic brats who wanted to have a debate about us receiving the diversity award. I just try to talk as little as possible in those situations because I already know that I have a temper and I refuse to be your black voice, so you can label me as the angry black woman. They know you have a brighter future than them and they want you to lose it.
Yeah, but if they got their ass beat one good time, they would never say it again.
Oh, I've never heard you curse before.
I'm pissed.
I know, and I get it. But one day you're going to be in the NFL, rich and famous, and that same cretin is going to be at the bar one day after his miserable job during happy hour because he doesn't want to go home to his family, swearing up and down to his lame friends that he knew you.
It's not fair that we always have to be the bigger person.
No, but the consequences of being the smaller person just aren't worth it. You only have one more year left there. Don't give in to them. We sat on the phone for a few minutes of dead silence. I felt so helpless. I've never seen him mad before, so I knew he must have really been upset, but what could I do? It hurt me to see him like that, because I knew it was something he'd probably be dealing with for the rest of his life. Being the bigger person was a lot easier said than done. Do you want to pray about it?
No, I don't feel like reading my Bible tonight.
Maybe you should, though.
No, I'm mad at God too, and I don't think I should have to speak to him right now.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, I obviously can't make you do anything. I just think you'd feel better if you did.
Okay, let me stop playing with you.
I'm
sorry, I was just testing you, but you look like you were about to cry.
Testing me? Yeah, I'm upset. I thought you were upset.
I wanted to see how you'd react.
So was any of it true?
I mean, the white kid did try me tonight, but I didn't really pay him any mind.
Then why lie?
I think it's important to test people, especially people you want to spend the rest of your life with. What, you've never tested me?
Not really.
How can you be so sure about me then?
Because when I think of all the things I want, you are them.
If it makes you feel better, you passed.
Cool.
Don't be mad.
I'm not mad, I'm just tired. I think I'm going to sleep.
I can clearly see you're mad.
Maybe you need glasses.
Or you can use your big girl words and we can talk about it because I'm not going to let you go to sleep angry.
Okay. How am I supposed to know when you're serious now? I'm just going to think I'm being tested constantly. Can't we just handle problems when we get to them instead of creating fake ones to test each other? This is hard enough with you being 1,000 miles away already.
Okay, I'm sorry, see. I won't test you anymore.
Translation, I'm not going to be dumb enough to tell you when I'm testing you. I understood why he was testing me. It definitely made sense. If I was out here testing niggas, I probably wouldn't have ended up in half of these situations. It honestly never occurred to me to test Samuel because he technically already failed. So if I was just going to keep giving out chances, what was the point? What the fuck was the point? The only test that actually mattered to me was the test of time.
So, when is dude gonna cuff you?
Oh yeah, a few of you were asking who this was in my last video. It's my friend Chris. You might recognize his voice from...
Love yourself. But not these hoes. You heard me?
He doesn't have any social media, but follow his new YouTube channel, What You Mean Films. When he's ready. I don't want to rush it and mess everything up.
You don't think it's worth to chop on y'all first wedding but not y'all first date? Y'all niggas are skipping some steps.
Our first date is going to be when he comes down here over break.
So what if he just come down there to smash? Like, dude get in a hotel room for what?
I told you we're waiting till marriage.
Nigga, since when do you wait till marriage?
If he abstinent, I'm abstinent.
You not gonna have sex no more. You not cussing no more. You changing your whole self for this nigga for what? What is he doing for you?
I'm not changing myself. He's making me a better version of myself. It's not like I like sex that much anyway. I'm perfectly fine not having again for a few more years. Plus, I've been meaning to stop cursing so much. It's unbecoming of a lady.
But you talking about this dude like he a saint or something. How do y'all sense of humor even co-align?
You make me sound like a heathen. We're not that different. I be going to church every Sunday. I even used to do Bible studies at Mizzou until I started acting like some kind of cult, trying to disown all my friends and move in with them. Like, Jesus hung out with everybody, okay?
Jesus will want you to be yourself.
I am being myself. I'm just being less...
Yourself.
Crude.
Yeah, well, for your ass, I hope it's serious this time.
Oh, he's serious this time. Samuel wouldn't do that to me. Again. Plus, he gets nothing out of this. It's not like he's trying to fuck me, so what would be the point?
Yeah, we gonna see once y'all get in that hotel room.
Josh!
Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what.
Oh my God. About you and my boy.
He told you? I mean, I didn't know we were telling people. Believe me, if I knew we were telling people, I'd be telling everyone. What did he say? What did he say?
He just told me y'all was back talking, and I was just like, oh, Lord. Let me call this girl, make sure she ain't faint or something.
I'm fine. I'm just really happy. Like, he finally stopped playing, Josh. He finally stopped playing.
Well, I just hope he don't get cold feet. You know what happened last time? Whew. Oh, man.
Okay, so things were definitely still good by December 1st. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe a fall wedding would be better. The weather is so unpredictable in the spring, and fall is always so pretty.
Are you thinking indoor or outdoor?
That's the thing. Location, location, location. But what if it rains or snows? Ugh, I don't want everybody to be sweating, but I want it to be a warm memory.
We don't have to get married in Missouri, you know. We could pick a more predictable location.
Well, the majority of my family isn't in Missouri anyway, but I figured yours is. That's where we met. All our friends are there. Maybe we should base it on where we live at the time?
Okay, where do you want to live?
LA. What about you?
I'm not sure yet. If I make it to the league, whoever offers me the best contract, I guess.
Good thing we got 3 Cali teams to choose from.
So you really want to be an actress?
Yeah, among other things. Why?
Well, it's just that actors cheat on their spouses.
What do you mean?
The romance scenes.
Oh, I guess I never really thought about that. Well, you've seen me. You know what I look like. I'll probably end up on PBS Kids, so I doubt they'll have me going at it with somebody. At best, I'll be a Pixar animal. Plus, I want to write and direct my own stuff so I can put myself in whatever I want to be. I don't have to take the leading lady roles.
Okay, as long as you don't become fake.
The only thing I'm going to get done when I'm rich is my teeth. I promise.
Why? There's nothing wrong with your teeth.
Yes, there is. These are too far out and these are too far in.
So, mine are crooked, see?
Oh wow, your bottom row that no one can even see because you're a giant. Yeah, that's definitely the same thing. It's important to know that things are still good by that Wednesday because Saturday is when things started to fall apart. Something significant happened that Saturday, and I peeped it, but I was trying not to peep it because I didn't want to believe what I peeped. There was a probate, December 5th. I didn't see it until after midnight, but December 5th, Samuel posted a Snapchat of said probate. Now, because I want absolutely zero association with any of y'all, we're going to call them the Gammas because I'm pretty sure that's not part of the Divine Nine. Samuel captioned this Snapchat of the probate, Gammas, heart eyes. And I'm pissed, right? Because what the fuck? I should have been the only girl receiving heart eyes at this time. Correct? But then I tell myself, wait, Samuel has a lot of friends who are girls, Sierra. Maybe some of them cross and he was just being supportive because in my mind, Samuel wouldn't have me out here looking stupid, right? He wouldn't do that. So I told myself to relax and calm down and didn't even ask him about it because I didn't want to look insecure or crazy. But after that, I started hearing from Samuel less and less. At first, I pretended not to notice because it was finals week. I wasn't leaving campus till about 10 o'clock every night anyway to finish this glassblowing project. That was actually going to be his Christmas present. Now, obviously, I wasn't going to ship a hand-blown glass spaceship across the country. He was going to have to come get it when he flew down here. It was going to be perfect. I had everything all planned out. And I was sure by the end of the trip, I would be his girlfriend. But my life sucks.
Hey, so don't be mad.
No promises.
Spirit must have been having Black Friday deals when I showed those cheap plane tickets the other week. I didn't realize it was a sale. And it's over.
So, what's that mean?
They're up to like 300 now.
Oh, dang. Should have copped them then.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to get them now.
What?
It's just that after seeing them that cheap, seeing them again shoot up like that.
So you don't want to come see me?
No, I do. I really do. I even bought the tickets but then returned them before the 24 hours were over.
I didn't believe him at first, so he sent me the screenshot of his bank statements. I shit y'all not. I wish I still had this fucking picture. There was a dinner for two right underneath the airline withdrawal. I can't remember the restaurant, but the charge was like too much for just one person, yet not enough for 3 or 4. Because I had known Samuel pays for people when he goes out to eat. He's done it for me before. And I was trying hard not to be crazy because I thought, how does that sound, Sierra? What is this $24 charge? Who did you take on a date? You can't tell a nigga that, right? He will just deny it anyway. And I was trying to focus on one problem at a time. I'm confused. What happened to money isn't an issue? Were you not just buying Michael Kors watches a month ago?
It's not really about the money. It feels like this happened for a reason. Like maybe God wants us to wait to see each other.
What does God have to do with it?
He has everything to do with it. If it was meant to be, it wouldn't be this hard.
It's not hard, Samuel. You could literally make it so with $300. I have a job, you know. Do you want me to go half?
No, there's just a lot going on right now. I think I'm going to Atlanta to train with a recruiter.
That's like a 30-minute flight from Jacksonville. You can't stop here on your way there or back.
Well, I was going to drive down there and trade in my car for a new one.
So, you're gonna get a new car, but you can't come see me? Are you serious? When we had that whole discussion about being bae, and that meant before anything else, were you just lying to me? Because suddenly a car is more important than I am.
It's not like that. I just don't know when I'm going to have time to come see you between seeing my family, driving to Atlanta and back to meet with the recruiter, and getting shoulder surgery.
When did you find out you need surgery?
Like a few weeks ago.
And you didn't tell me?
I forgot.
You forgot that you had to schedule a date to be cut open?
See, calm down. We're gonna see each other eventually. Why are you so upset?
Why am I so upset? Who knows when I get to see you now? Spring break? At the earliest? In 3 months? I miss you, dude. I don't want to wait that long.
Patience is a virtue. I miss you too. We'll figure it out.
I was understandably upset, right? Like, that was some straight bullshit. But there was just nothing I could do. If Samuel couldn't come see me, Samuel couldn't come see me. Things were tense after that. We spoke even less. And when we did, all I did was try not to argue. I felt like I was walking on eggshells, terrified to apply more pressure on him because our relationship just felt so fragile all of a sudden.
I think I'm going to take a social media cleanse for a while. It's just so negative. I'm going to delete all my apps.
Okay. Finally, I could go back to posting how I wanted. I'm not sure if he deleted me or got a new snap after freshman year, but he hadn't seen my stories until after homecoming. And when he did, I made sure to clean up my act. I was doing a pretty good job at it too until one day, it was just one of those shifts at Cracker Barrel where I stopped asking customers if I could get them anything else because everyone dead-ass needed something else every time. Now remember when I told y'all Missouri folks were real nice to your face, but talk all shit about you behind your back? Well, hi, my name is Sierra and I'm a great server and I'll get you whatever you ask me, but when I go to the back, I'm gonna get on Snapchat and tell my followers how I really feel about your ass. So, 2 men, construction workers, they clearly just got off work, and one of them, I guess, decided he didn't feel like washing his hands. They were filthy. And I think when I was telling the story, I said it looked like he was homeless, as if he hadn't washed them in years. And he had the audacity to ask me for a cleaner cup because he was just too damn good to drink out the one with watermarks in it. I know for a fact I said, with his dirty ass hands, because Samuel replied to the story with a thumbs down emoji. He really sent me a thumbs down emoji like a critic does to a movie. I was honestly hoping he just double tapped through my story because I was averaging about 100 seconds per day. This was back when Snapchat told you the length of your stories. I didn't think he was really listening to me. I was trying to be slick. But no, he heard the whole thing. He then proceeded to send me the Bible verse about a cheerful giver. Now, contrary to popular belief, y'all, I read the Bible often. I knew it was written. I just wouldn't throw it in someone's face because I'm very aware of my own shortcomings. But let's remember, Samuel had a lot less shortcomings than I did. He was holier than thou. And the only job Samuel ever had in his life was as a lifeguard, so he just didn't understand how fucking annoying people could be in customer service. It's not like I was saying he didn't deserve a clean cup because his hands was dirty. The cup was clean. It's just how they were drying that day. So you're telling me he couldn't be bothered to wash his hands, but he could bother me to hand wash his cup? No! Yes, I was fake, 24/7 for my tips, but I think I was allowed to blow off steam every now and then on Snapchat. But apparently, it wasn't cute to Samuel. So, yeah, I wasn't too upset that he was deleting all his apps. At first, he was still watching me, which I thought was a little weird because his apps were supposed to be deleted, right? But I just thought maybe he just wanted to know how my days were since for some reason he couldn't pick up the fucking phone anymore and call me. I always get kind of sad around Christmas. It just felt like every year I'm one person short. I had all these wonderful memories of being surrounded by my family when I was a kid, and I used to daydream about growing up and bringing my boyfriend home to meet everybody. But year after year, I failed. I was getting older. Everybody was getting older, and I wondered how many of my relatives would be around to meet my person. It was a weird thing to think about, and probably not healthy at all, but I couldn't help it. I was lucky enough to have 2 grandparents left. I wanted them at my wedding. Samuel was supposed to be it. I planned on him missing Christmas that year, but it was starting to look like he wouldn't even be here for the next year. I told myself we were just having a little rough patch, to relax. He wasn't like the others. This was not the beginning of the fallout. The cold dread I felt creeping up from my fingers, through my chest, and down to my stomach, making me sick, was just the chill in the air. After all, it was late December, and Jacksonville, Florida was basically north enough to be considered Georgia, and Georgia got colder in the winter. I should have anticipated the temperature dropping when the sun set. I wished I had a jacket. I wished I wasn't alone. It was time to wake up, wasn't it? This wasn't the beginning of the fallout. We've already fallen out, hadn't we? I'd been alone long enough to know what it felt like. That familiar sting of wanting to call him, but knowing it wouldn't make a difference. Maybe he'd humor me. Maybe he wouldn't even answer. Why was he doing this to me? Again? And why wasn't he saying anything? I could pretend everything was fine and I was still on track to be his girlfriend eventually, in pure delusion while I shopped for a Christmas gift I can mail without it breaking in the mail. But what was he doing? Just going on about his life, not sparing me a thought. Did he forget I was down here waiting for him? The least he could do was put me out my misery of limbo and put me in the misery of rejection. I can never decide which one was worse, but at least one didn't make him a coward. I mean, I was definitely a coward because I'd rather pretend he was just busy, but I didn't think Samuel was. After all, he wasted no time telling me how it was and what we were not doing the first time. Why was he chickening out now? You know how they say hardships come in twos?
Sierra!
Yes? Yes? Ugh. Yes, Mommy?
What's this bill from JU?
I don't know. What's it say?
That you owe JU $13,000?
What?
How is that even possible?
So y'all remember how I had a very short amount of time to get into JU, right? Well, some of the information I might have skipped. I promise y'all that website was not set up like this. When I originally saw it some 4 years ago, there were 2 columns and several rows. The rows had things listed like tuition, housing, meal plan, books, blah, blah, blah. and the column next to it had the prices. At the very end was one number, and it read around $19,000, which I thought would be the price for the entire year. I didn't need to live on campus. I didn't need a meal plan. So when I applied to JU, I thought my total cost would be $16,000 for the year and $8,000 per semester, right? My FAFSA gave me the exact amount I was getting in Missouri, but when I was going to Mizzou, I was paying some $5,000 for tuition, so I had a leftover refund. So I knew we were going to owe JU roughly $3,000, which was doable. I did not anticipate that $16,000 was for one semester. And they were going to slam me with that ridiculous bill of $13,000 to be paid in full by January, or I could not return to the school. Christmas Day was more than a little depressing. I didn't know how I was going to be able to go to school in the spring, and I had not heard from my future husband. So, yeah, you can imagine how I was feeling. What's going on?
What do you mean?
Why don't we talk anymore?
We still talk.
Samuel, we've talked 4 times in the past 3 weeks.
I didn't know you were keeping track.
It's not hard to count to 4.
I guess I've been wanting my space lately.
More space than 1,000 miles?
Why are you so upset?
Why do you keep asking me that like I have no right to be?
I mean, I guess it's normal to be a little sad, but I don't think you should be as upset as you are.
Okay. Please tell me the appropriate amount of upset I should be, and I'll try my best.
I don't know. I just feel like you should be okay with me not coming to see you or talking to you all the time. It's not the end of the world.
I'm not threatening to throw myself off a bridge. I'm just irritated and confused. I miss you. Is that not okay? Like, I have a heart. You're in it. I can't help feeling like this.
Yes, it's okay to miss me, but do you love yourself?
What? Of course I do.
Then it shouldn't hurt you like this to be without me. Maybe we should just tone it down a bit, get some space, and see where things take us, okay?
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. That's fine. Why are you FaceTiming me?
I want to make sure you're not crying.
I'm not.
Then can I see you? Please see?
Even while he was ripping my heart out, I couldn't say no to him.
Listen, I'm not saying we're done. Let's just take a few days off and see what we both really want.
I already know what I want, but okay.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
Can you smile for me?
It was important for me to prove just how not hurt I was, so I put on my bravest face for him. I was devastated, but naturally I couldn't let him know that. It would only prove his point. This conversation was not over. I just needed time to organize my thoughts. So he knew how I felt about him, so I wrote this note because when he called me again, I wanted to be ready. I'd always been really good at organizing my thoughts, which was why I sent Zaire so many fucking paragraphs. But I promised to never send a nigga another paragraph again. I don't want space. Remember when you told me that maybe you needed me to be more clingy freshman year? Maybe you just need that now. I've done thinking and soul searching. That was the whole point of moving. I've been by myself long enough to know exactly what I want. I just don't always know how to say it. But I don't want to lose you. If I can help it at all, I'm not going to let you slip away again. I know I still have some growing to do. We both do. But I want to do it with you. I want you to tell me I'm wrong and overreacting because at least you're willing to listen to me. Like I've said before, you're the best guy I know. I'm sorry if I get freaked out sometimes, but that's only because it's really hard being with a good man after you've been with bad ones. I've had dudes hurt me and not care, straight know I'm in pain because of them and just not care, telling me I deserve it, telling me I asked for it, telling me they're only trying to help and it's for my own good. I've had relationships where I felt bad all day, every day, and not said anything. Even though I know you're not like them, I guess I was just still bracing myself for you to say, it's over, I think we should see other people. And I'd have to shut down again. When I was talking about the steps, I meant because a while ago you mentioned how you were closer and closer to making me yours, and I don't want to get any further from that. I guess somewhere I just realized that I'd probably wait forever. And that terrified me because it started to feel like I was waiting in vain, and that's not a good feeling. So at some point, he had pissed me off because for whatever reason, I think he thought that he was done with me and that I knew that he was done with me, but I didn't know that he was done with me. So I came back to the note and I was a little bit harsher this time. It's not fair that you can just stop being lonely, so I have to be too, because I'm still lonely over here. It's not fair for you to tell me you're getting closer and closer and making me yours and just put it on pause. It's not fair for you to ask me about a tattoo, because what's yours is mine. Oh, one time! Okay, we had a conversation where he asked me about a tattoo, and I'm like, you can get whatever you want. Like, it's your body. And he was like, well, I mean, I'm going to be your husband, so my body is technically your body, so I want to ask you if you're okay with this. And I'm like, damn, wow, we are okay. But then you're going to turn around and tell me I'm not your girlfriend? Like, I just don't understand. Where the fuck is the line? Why is it okay for you to treat me like your girlfriend when I'm in your bed or on the phone or planning our fucking wedding? But you can't let me act like your girlfriend when you're stressing me out, when I hadn't heard from you in days? I just don't understand. Where the fuck was I at? Making it clear? Okay, because what's yours is mine, but remind me that I'm not your girlfriend by making it clear we haven't gotten to that point yet. Where the fuck is the point? Where was the point? What was the point of any of this? It's not fair that you can call me every day 1 week, act like you like me so much by asking me what I want for Christmas and planning a whole trip down to see me, but suddenly say I don't make you happy anymore because I was more upset than you were that you couldn't come. Like, why bring me so far just to tell me you're afraid of commitment like it's some new concept? You picked me 2 years ago and you chose me again 2 months ago. Do you really think it's an accident? You can't make the same mistake twice. It was clearly a choice you felt good about. And if I honestly did nothing wrong, then this is your issue and you need to get over it. Okay, there's no way I said that. I know I did not say that. I probably didn't even get to this paragraph because conversations rarely go as you plan them in your head. He probably heard a lot of the first paragraph. I can't be sure how much, but I'll never forget his response.
See, if a man really wants you, he wouldn't be hesitating like this. You know it, I know, so maybe we should just stop wasting time.
What are you talking about? You told me you wanted to be sure. That's why the talking stage was so important, and we should take our time.
It is, and I do, but I'm not.
Is it someone else?
No, it's nothing like that. I just don't think I can do a long-distance relationship right now.
But I've been here this entire time. Why is it a problem now? You're the one who started this.
I know, and I'm sorry, but that's why I'm ending it now. It's not fair to waste any more of your time when I'm not sure if we're truly meant to be together. God will find a way to bring us back together. Until, I think it's best we just focus on ourselves.
How do you argue with that? You can't argue with that. I couldn't argue with that, so I just accepted it, like I did the first time he did this to me, and fully prepared myself to do it again if he came back a third time. Because Samuel was worth waiting for. I was convinced. People talk about self-love, but they don't really care to explain how you build that when you're repeatedly treated like nothing special. How do you not start to believe it? How much of your self-worth is comprised of how others see you? I could look in the mirror and see a beautiful girl, but then I had to keep looking to see what I was missing because it had to be something. Maybe it was a lot of things. It had to be. The common denominator in every single one of my relationships, after all, was me. I'm sure it was easy for people like Samuel, Avery, and Zaire to love themselves because they had those of us who gave them whatever they wanted. But for people like me, who constantly tried their best and still weren't good enough no matter what we did, it felt impossible to achieve self-assuredness. Favor, as Samuel put it. I guess there were those of us who were favored and those of us who were forsaken. I definitely believed I was the latter of the two. Every time I tried to pursue happiness, I got punished for it. I remember asking God, what was the reason? I didn't taint our relationship with sex. I thanked the Lord constantly for putting him in my life, gave my tithes weekly, read my Bible nightly. Was it not possible to learn this lesson with him? Hadn't I been through enough already? So there's absolutely no way to love yourself and another person. Is that what God was telling me? Was my heart not big enough for that? and the small adjustments I'd made to my personality weren't healthy compromise. I could say the others just were not shit-ass niggas, but Samuel was smart and kind and good. If he thought I was a mess and he was better off without me, I trusted his judgment. I had to get better. I didn't have a choice. There was no one else to love except myself at this point. If we were truly meant to be, like he said, all I had to do was get my heart together and he'd come back, right? Just like the last time. But I was still off track if I was even having these thoughts, wasn't I?
I can't let myself get close to you when I'm not close to you in person, like it's supposed to be. Hope I ain't lose my friend, but it doesn't burn me. I'm too young for distance, baby. 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 Been buzzing up, she heard of me. I throw it good, she might heard from me. I probably made it crazy. She called me heartbreaker. Then I fucked my frustrations on a new lady with a reminder. I shouldn't trip cause she wasn't the right one. I'm not the perfect me, God saving the right one. God holding her until I'm ready to find her. I tipped the hourglass on the side, I swipe timeless.